It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. I am so excited for what's about to come. Now, schools and other structures built entirely out of recycled plastics are no longer a thing of the future, but a reality of the present. Now, Head of Corporate Affairs at Danone Southern Africa, Leanne Kieser, joins us this morning to chat about how New Today's Tubs to Classrooms project has converted yogurt tubs into strong, lightweight bricks to build classrooms and stimulate awareness around the solution of recycling. Leanne, thank you very much for joining us this morning. Are you lagging this brick around wherever you go?
I have. I've carried it through the airport. I'm feeling sufficiently strong and tired.
I bet you a lot of people got a lot of questions when you come around with a brick like this. But listen, fact of the matter is, I love the fact that Danone is doing everything to preserve our environment in this incredible initiative. Now, the New Today's Tubs to Classrooms, how did it all come about?
Well, what it's all about is, Danone is on a roadmap. Of course, our number one priority over and above providing healthy nutrition to South Africans is to make sure that we do it in a responsible way by producing plastic and packaging which is protecting the planet's resources. So we're basically on a journey. We're on a roadmap where today 99% of the materials we use are already recyclable. But we realize that we have a role to play in helping to create awareness around recycling and using Nutri-Day's Tubs to Classrooms project to stimulate that awareness, particularly among learners at schools. So what we do is we go to schools, we teach learners that after they've enjoyed their delicious yogurt,
and we know this is a firm favorite for those school snacks.
I mean, it is South Africa's number one. Thank you for that punt. But after they've enjoyed their delicious yogurt, they should clean their yogurt tubs, collect the tubs and keep them aside. And Danone in turn will collect them and with the support of our upcycling partner, who's Envirolite, convert the tubs into bricks and in turn use those bricks to build structures like classrooms, libraries, learning centers. And so we bring this really, really tangible message to learners that your waste has value. And if treated correctly and made, placed into a recycling stream, you can actually produce a useful resource for another school just like yours.
I love that because, it really comes down to that educational point of view, because it is the youth that is going to take this forward and looking after our environment, because we know that we are at such a delicate place at the moment with regards to our environment. But I want to know, so this is the brick.
This is it.
And these are the tubs. Now, how many of these tubs go into a brick like this? Because let me tell you, it's better to see it like this than on the beach or floating around the ocean or in a gutter lying somewhere.
Yeah. So remarkably, it will take 245 of these little Nutri-Day tubs to produce one brick like this. So it's a lot of tubs, it's a lot of volume to produce one brick. And, in the classrooms that Danone has committed to build this year, we're talking about a 7 by 7 meter classroom. We will be converting 1 million tubs to build one classroom. So, basically that's the number of tubs it takes. So the more we collect, the more we can produce.
There we go.
Well done.
Can I just it's a brick. It's a proper brick, this is, and it's much lighter than a conventional brick of this size, to be honest,
Yeah.
And the word in the street is that a library is also on the cards.
Absolutely. So we made a really exciting announcement in honor of World Earth Day, which I know that you're celebrating feverishly today. But Nacheng Primary School in Vosloorus, which is right near to Danone's factory in Gauteng, is the excited beneficiary of a library which Danone is building using these upcycled bricks, using yogurt tubs which the school themselves collected. So basically, the campaign of educating schools about recycling and collecting yogurt tubs is now in its third year. And using all the tubs that we've collected, we are producing this library as a real showcase of what you can produce if you treat your packaging and your plastic correctly, making sure it gets into a recycling stream.
Absolutely. It's such a positive spin on a big negative issue when it comes to waste out there. Just quickly, I know that a large focus on schools and kids, but what message would you have to our general public out there with regards to recycling and looking at initiatives like this?
Yeah, I think the call to action to everybody out there is really to choose well. We're using this moment as a showcase of what correct treatment of plastic can do. Plastic is out there. It actually has an important role in terms of protecting the integrity and the safety of the product that you'll consume. So what's important is how we treat that plastic after we've used it. After you've enjoyed your food, whatever it is, make sure that you rinse the plastic, get any excess residue off of it, get it into a recycling stream. So what does that mean? It can be something as simple as collecting all your recyclables together, making sure they go into a transparent bag so that whoever's available to collect it will actually see that they're recyclables, and leaving them with the rest of your refuse on refuse day. And just by doing that, you facilitate waste pickers, recycling ecosystems. You've literally helped with that separation to make sure this tub does not go into litter, it does not go into nature or landfill, but rather into a recycling stream and a brick. Indeed.
I love that. Thank you very much for the incredible work that you are doing. I think this is such a positive project from, like we said, from an educational point of view for the youngsters. And how exciting to say, like, my classroom has been built from yogurt tubes. I mean, that's brilliant. Leanne, thank you very much for joining us this morning. I think we can all take a message from this and do our best. Doesn't matter if it is, with regards to this particular project. I think in general, recycling, it is something that we should focus on. Leanne, all the best. I can't wait to see that library built with these bricks. Awesome.
Oh, well, listen, speaking of going green, how many of these bags do you have? I think so many of us are guilty of keeping them in the car, being diligent, going to the store, unpacking the groceries, and then forgetting to put them in the car, because then the next time you head to your nearest Woolies and you realize, I don't have any bags. And then what do? You buy more of these, and you end up having quite a few stuffed in a drawer, and you don't know what to do with them. Well, we are here to help you repurpose them. So listen up. You're about to meet owner of Paradise Nursery, Asadullah Parker, who is going to show us how to create our own veggie garden using these Woolies material bags. Asadullah, I've been waiting for this. I've been waiting for someone to say how we can use these bags and actually get more use out of it. And you're about to show us how to use it for our veggie garden or any garden. So other than our Woolies bags, what else will we be needing?
So you'll be needing the Woolies bags as well as a good quality potting soil. And obviously the plant that you'd like to transplant in. Ideally, anything that you want to keep outdoors, because this bag provides a lot of drainage which you wouldn't want inside your house.
No.
So any outdoor plant will be perfect.
Oh, fantastic. Now, when did you realize you could use these bags for your garden?
I actually saw this when I came to a customer's house, and I asked her, what made you start planting your vegetables in Woolies bags? And she said she just couldn't afford the regular plastic pot. It actually works out a lot more expensive. Whereas this bag, it costs about 650. A plastic pot this size would cost upwards from 20 rand,
Oh, wow. Okay.
And she was growing cabbage in this.
Oh, that is fantastic. Okay, I'm getting very excited. So you've added some potting soil to the first bag. Which one should we plant? We've got some rosemary and we've got some grenadella. Which one are you feeling?
Let's do the rosemary.
Let's do the rosemary. Okay, I love that you're about to show us how to replant this using the Woolies bags.
Yeah. If you're on a budget, you don't have to use the full Woolies bags. You can fold it over like this. And because these plants don't necessarily need the whole bag to be filled with soil.
And then when it comes to, of course, we're planting it into a Woolies bag, what makes it actually, is it better for it to be in a bag compared to a plastic pot? Which would you say, which would it thrive better?
That's a very good question, and it depends on the plant. Most plants will actually thrive a lot better in a Woolies bag like this. Could you pass me on this lemongrass? So this is a herb, it's lemongrass, and it's been grown in this small plastic pot. And what ends up happening, because it's grown in a plastic pot, it becomes, over time, root bound. So you can see the roots are busy forming here. Whereas with these fabric pots, or fabric grocery bags, there's air penetrating through all around. So the roots don't get a chance to form like this, because when it
They'll
does...
keep growing.
Yes, when it does become...
Is it a generator?
No noise.
Hey, how's it, guys? I got an EcoFlow.
It's quiet, it can fast charge, it has multiple plug points, and it's light.
Nice. You know what to do.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
It is your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It's a wonderful Tuesday, inspirational Tuesday at that as well. We are entering the last hour and lots more to come. Before we do anything else, though, let's quickly get into your official duties for the last time this morning.
Thank you, Ewan. Here is a final look at your national headlines. The Department of Basic Education says it will terminate the KwaZulu-Natal School Nutrition Program tender should any irregularities be established in the awarding of the tender. KZN's Department of Education appointed a single service provider to handle over 2 billion rand school nutrition program. Learners in over 5,000 schools in the province were affected after food wasn't delivered to the schools. The Minister of Basic Education, Angie Motshekga, has written to KZN MEC Mbali Fraser demanding answers regarding all documents related to the tender. And staying with local news, child rape kingpin Gerard Ackerman has been found guilty of rape and possession of child pornography by Judge Ismail Muhammad in the Johannesburg High Court. Ackerman has been on trial facing over 740 charges of his role in a child sex rape ring. He was charged alongside former acting judge Paul Kennedy, who diplomat Michaela said all routes out of Khartoum, a city of 6 million people, were risky and dangerous. Meanwhile, President Cyril Ramaphosa says the Department of International Relations and Cooperation is busy evacuating South African citizens as well as foreigners from Sudan. And the Kremlin in Moscow has said in a statement that the Russian President Vladimir Putin will confirm closer to the time whether he will attend the BRICS summit in South Africa in August. The BRICS group consists of emerging countries, Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. In March, the International Criminal Court issued a warrant for Putin's arrest in connection with alleged war crimes in the Ukraine. SA is a member of the Criminal Court, and is currently obtaining legal advice on what to do if Putin were to come to South Africa. And the Smile Foundation's work in the Northwest province last week promises to restore the confidence and smiles of children born with facial abnormalities. 11 children were operated on at the Tepong Hospital in Kleinsmith. The foundation says it has already performed more than 5,000 surgeries across the country to address, in fact, birth defects among children. The foundation says there's still a stigma attached to facial abnormalities, and some parents hide their children with facial abnormalities such as cleft lip and palate. Elaine Ngwenya of the Smile Foundation says, and I quote, "When the child is identified with facial deformities, the parents tend to hide her or him because they assume something's wrong. So we wish to ensure that these parents know there's nothing wrong. Thus, we have coordinators that visit clinics in South Africa to inform parents that abnormalities can be corrected." Well, that's where I leave your morning headlines. Let's take a final look at your roads.
Thank you so much, Zoe. Now, let's quickly take a look at what is happening out on the roads. Luckily, at this point, not too much happening, but in Cape Town, there was an accident that occurred on the N2 that was inbound after Spine Road. The right shoulder lane is obstructed at the moment, so please approach the area with caution. You can expect delays, so please allow also for some more travel time. In general, be safe out there, South Africa. That's your traffic. Here's a last look at your weather.
Thank you, Ewan, and we start off with some news. Climate change campaigners gathered around the world to plant trees and clear rubbish this past weekend to mark the 54th annual celebration of Earth Day. This comes as extreme weather again hits parts of the world, with temperatures soaring to record highs in Thailand and a punishing heat wave gripping India, where some 13 people passed away due to heat stroke at a ceremony during the weekend. Climate scientists have warned that the average global temperatures could reach all-time highs this or next year. SA is the world's 12th largest emitter of greenhouse gases, in part because of its reliance on coal-fired power stations. However, the country has embarked on a just transition to renewable energy like solar and wind, with 150 billion rand in financial assistance coming from some Western countries. Well, let's take a final look at those sunrise views. Many from Kokstad sharing her blissful morning, this view. In fact, that one came through from Mandy. Then Andrew Harris from Belito shared this view from his garden. Look at that golden sky. Sandra Jonker from Amanzimtoti shared her morning view overlooking the tamed ocean. Margaret Kenville from Durban sharing her view of the morning sky. Undoubtedly beautiful. We love all these views that we see, and please continue to share them. If you have a good morning sunrise view or video you'd love to share, our number is 063-408-8863. Let's get into today's temperatures. If you're in Polokwane, your low is 14, your high 29. Mbombela 17 with a high of 32. Pretoria 16.27. Johannesburg 14.26. Mahikeng 12, reaching a high of 28. Klerksdorp 11.29. Kimberley 8 with a high of 27. Bloemfontein, your low is 7, your high 26. Richards Bay 19.28. If you're in Pietermaritzburg, 13 is your low, 27 your high. Durban 20 with a high of 27. Mthatha 14 with a high of 26. Rainy conditions in East London, 19 with a high of 23. Cradock 10 with a high of 28. Gqeberha, your low is 18, your high 23. George 13.19. Cape Town, your low is 12, your high 20. Worcester 11.27. Sutherland 9 with a high of 22. And Uppington, a low of 13 and a high of 30 degrees Celsius can be expected. Well, that's where we leave your weather this morning on your Feel Good Breakfast Show.
All right, let's get into this last hour officially of your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It's Tuesday, and it is so lovely to hang out with you this morning. Hope you are doing well. Right now, though, Earth Day. It is an annual event that takes place on the 22nd of April to demonstrate the support for environmental protection. And doing their part on the day was Sentinel Ocean Alliance, who organized a beach cleanup. And they are part of a global community of local volunteers and partner organizations taking direct action against marine plastic pollution. And this morning, here to discuss more about the cleanup and the organization is Operations Director Marguerite Hofmeyer. Marguerite, thank you very much for joining us this morning.
Hi, Ewan. Thanks so much for having me.
Oh, it's so good to have you, and I'm glad we're focusing on this because we know that it is such a big global issue, but we got to start somewhere. The Sentinel Ocean Alliance, quickly recap for us, or just tell us what exactly are you guys as an organization?
So Sentinel Ocean Alliance is a non-profit organization. We're based in Hout Bay, Cape Town, right on the beach at the side of Chapman's Peak Drive. And we have two main programs. The one is our Parlay Ocean School program, where we work with children from the local communities of Imizamietu and Hangberg. And we get them to come to our ocean school. We teach them how we're all connected to the oceans, why the oceans are important. We look at the beauty and the fragility of our oceans, the threats the oceans are facing, and some of the solutions to those threats. It's a very immersive program. We also have our Turn the Tide Ocean Therapy and Learn to Swim program. Through this program, we're teaching the kids, we're actually getting them in the water, connecting them with nature on a much deeper level.
Oh, we're so
and
valuable, yeah.
and teaching them ocean safety and basic swimming skills. And it's also very much a mental health program, teaching them life skills, resilience, and a lot of positive behavior reinforcement. But we are also part of the Parlay Global Cleanup Network, where we organize regular beach cleanups from our site and also all around the Cape Peninsula.
Oh, there is so much that you keep yourself busy with, but it is good because, like we rightly said, it is such a big problem, but it takes individuals like yourselves and organizations to really kind of spearhead the movement into looking after our marine ecosystems. You said education, obviously, is a very big focus part of your organization. Why is it, if you just had to, I mean, we know that it's important to look after our marine ecosystems, but why is that? Why do we need to look after our marine, and why do we need to bring that over to our youth?
So, Ewan, we live on an oceanic planet. The ocean, the planet is covered by 70% by the ocean. So we really should be calling it planet ocean and not planet Earth. And maybe you can just do something with me. So if you take a deep breath in, okay, and one more. So that second breath you took was generated by the oceans. Every second breath we take is generated by the oceans, by the plants in the ocean, plankton, kelp forests, seaweed, seagrasses. And the way that things are going at the moment, we are smothering the oceans. We're smothering the lungs of our planet.
And that has a serious knock-on effect on our climate.
Exactly.
Yeah. You know, when we take a look at some of the statistics around the marine, health, it is alarming. What needs to be done? What should be done, I think, on a global scale? Because I think people are so just involved in their everyday in life, and rightly so, with regards to taking care of families and worrying about getting through a month, and so much happening that, something like this tend to fall away, which is very sad in reality.
The statistics really are alarming. It is estimated that by the year 2050, there'll be more plastic in our oceans than fish. Every single minute, an equivalent of one rubbish truck of plastic enters our oceans.
Sure.
Plastic is everywhere. It is in the food we eat, the air we breathe. It's even been found in human blood. So the threats are many, but so are the solutions. And really what we believe is that the main problem here is an overconsumption of resources and a disconnection from nature. And that is what we're trying to do, not only educating kids. We can tell them to pick up litter off the beach until we're blue in the face. It's not going to make a difference. We need to reconnect them with nature on a much deeper and more spiritual level. And, whether that means just if you're a parent or just as a person, putting down our devices for a day, looking out over onto the horizon, going into the mountains, taking your kids to the beach, breathing in the salt air, just getting them out there.
Take pride in our surroundings. And I mean, on a global scale, I mean, there's so many beautiful places out there, but we live here in one of the most beautiful countries in the entire world.
Absolutely.
And it is vital that we take part of it, or take care of it. And organizations such as yourself, the Sentinel Ocean Alliance, and together with multiple other organizations out there that's actively working towards the same goal. How do we as people in general, I know that you work with youth a lot, but how can we be part of the solution instead of the problem?
So it's very easy to get overwhelmed, and we think that as an individual we can't make a difference, but there's an African proverb that says, if you think you're too small to make a difference, you haven't spent a night with a mosquito. So
I like that.
Everyone can take collective action to make a big difference, whether that is just picking up 3 pieces of plastic, taking 3 for the seed, picking up 3 pieces of plastic whenever you're outside in nature, on the beach or in the mountain or wherever you are, avoiding single-use plastic wherever possible, intercepting plastic waste before it reaches the ocean. So come and join us on a beach cleanup or join any other organization. If you're not living near the ocean, plastic travels, it finds its way into waterways and into rivers. So organize your own cleanups, and then maybe also thinking about redesigning the way in which we live. We can think about our food choices, eating less fish, maybe having a meat-free Monday every week. It makes a very big difference at the end of the day.
Yeah, like you rightly said, I think we just need to broaden our thinking with regards to not only our own little bubble that we operate in, but we all as a collective, you know, can do something amazing, I think. And we got to realize that the ocean, it's our lifeblood.
Exactly.
It is what it is. It's
no blue, no green.
Exactly. But it is also nice to see big corporations stepping up to the plate, but I just feel that change is happening a little bit slowly.
Yeah.
It needs to happen faster, and this is where you guys come in. Thank you for the incredible work that you guys are doing, and continue on that. I can't wait to see what you guys are kind of do in the future. I know that you guys are pushing. Yeah.
Come and have a coffee at our coffee shop there on Hout Bay Beach, and you can take a look.
Now there's an invite. Thank you very much, Marguerite.
Thank you.
There we have it. I think it's fantastic, just in touch with Earth Day that took place this past weekend. We can each and every one of us do our little bits.
Only you can make my day. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. So much inspiration this morning. I absolutely love it. And now it's about the Avo.
Oh, it is about the Avo, and I'm super excited for this next recipe. I mean, I think you're going to be super excited as well, because, I mean, we've got fresh broccoli, we've got some cauliflower, and we're going to show you how you can really bring that Avo to just bring that freshness to this dish.
And how to use Avo in different other types of recipes as well. But I mean, green-skinned and dark-skinned Avos are available in South Africa almost all year round. And the good news is that whichever color Avo you choose, they're all equally delicious and nutritious. And when it comes to getting creative in the kitchen, dark-skinned and green-skinned Avos make for the most delicious meals. Now, to give us a little culinary inspiration this morning, we are making a roasted broccoli and cauliflower with avo and walnuts. I
There
mean,
we
look
go.
at that. And here we have it.
We do. So
Some
we're going
tender
to start
stems.
off. We're going to use our tender stem broccoli. I'm going to put our cauliflower down. And then I'm going to get you to just prep our veggies. So
Okay.
we've got some olive oil, so give that a good drizzle. You're going to use some dukkha spice as well as just season it with some salt and pepper. That's going to go into the oven at about 120 degrees for a few minutes,
Got it.
just to get it nice and crunchy. I personally prefer crunch on my veggies. Some people
For sure.
prefer it to cook a little bit more and be a bit more tender, but we have got some finished product here as well. And now this is the beauty, we get to plate these veggies. I mean, what a cool way to just spice up vegetables.
I love it.
You do not have to use tons of butter. You do not have to coat it in sugar. I know there are quite a few families that love to do that to get kids to eat their veggies.
And you know what? This is great because just in the segment now, Marguerite, speaking about, just do meat-free Monday. And this is such a great option.
And it's full of flavor.
You know what? I'm going to do everything. I'm just having so much fun.
Go for it.
Why do we always do this? Whenever you're throwing spice, you want to kind of do
You want to be a
this.
salt base, and now you're
Damn,
spice
Salt Bae.
bay.
Okay.
And of course, we are using our beautiful avocados.
Yes.
Now, going to slice it open just to show you how incredible these are.
So while you do that, the buttery, creamy green skin avo, okay? There's numerous varieties. You've got the Fiorte, the Edrenol, Ryan, Reed, and even the Pinkerton, which is really cute for an avo, available from March until October. And then you get the rich, nutty, dark-skinned husk, the Maluma husk, and the lamb husk from March until November. Now remember that green-skinned avos remain green when ripe. So while the dark-skinned, though, on the other side, they turn like a purple-black when ready to eat. And so please don't go around squeezing all those out. I know this is kind of like the go-to thing for a lot of people,
Yes.
squeezing it, but you can literally tell by the way they look as well. Now, here's some tips for you. To test for ripeness, a green-skinned avocado should yield to a gentle pressure. And I mean gentle, don't go for the full force, gentle in the palm of your hand, or the stalk should kind of easily fall out. Then you know that it's ready. And then because the skin on the deep purple-black color is also, it indicates that it is ready. So when you see that deep, rich, dark purple color, then you also know that it is ready to go. This is a perfect avo,
We
just by
have
the way.
got, listen, I just sliced it open. It's absolutely perfect. And to keep it this beautiful, you can always just put a little bit of lemon juice to stop it from turning brown. I don't know if
Yes.
you've seen when you cut an avo open and it's exposed for a long period of time, it turns a little brown.
It oxidizes.
It oxidizes, that's
Yes.
the word. So our foodie team, they actually just gave these avocados a light brush with some lemon juice
And look at that.
about an hour ago. And they've been standing open. So that just shows you how by using a simple little bit of lemon juice, you really don't even taste it. And it really will keep your avocados from changing color.
Look at that.
So
Okay.
we've got some avos that we're going to plate. And then we're also going to finish off with our lemons that we've charred a little bit.
Right.
Our
I'll grab
walnuts.
that.
Ooh, goeie.
Nice one.
We have plenty, it's fine, it's in the spices.
So we're going to pop that. So this you can obviously take and squeeze over, but we're going to do it for decorative purposes.
So as you dish, you can,
I mean, look at that.
I feel like you need to like spread it out. Or we should just add more avo. Look at this, and there's this beauty about this avo, it's just so creamy. I feel like our foodie team would style it differently to me, but you can really
I think you're doing a
just
great job.
put it down there, and it's all about it. We're gonna add some of our roasted walnuts,
Righto. For that bit of a crunch and that extra protein punch.
and then we're gonna head to Espanol and make a bit of a romesca sauce. We're gonna add that on
I'm
top.
so
we
glad
can
you
just
said
give it
that
a
because
little
I
bit.
completely forgot what that was.
I have-
Romesca.
Romesca.
Okay,
I have got,
you got it.
yes, I've got a handful of avo, but we'll just give
Now
it
remember
a nice...
all the details of this delicious, I think this is such a good recipe. It's going to keep you full for longer. It's high in fiber. It's got some good protein in there, some healthy fats from the avo as well. There's so much health in this one dish. ExpressoShow.com. You can go check it out, all the ingredients and also how to make this.
There we go.
That
That's
looks
a
lovely.
beautiful dish.
Easy, 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 and quick as well. Now, no matter what you are planning for your next meal, always add an avo. Now, whether on the side or on top, inside, green skinned or dark skinned for the double deliciousness. Now, of course, for more information on those avo recipes, you can visit avocado.co.za, like at iloveavocados.co.za on Facebook, and follow I Love Avos SA on Instagram. There's actual social media handles for those. How's it? All right,
That's
Zoe, thank you very
incredible.
much. Are you supposed to go somewhere now?
I'm going to go to Asadula, who is from Paradise Nursery, and we're about to I'm going to invite the camera to join me because I'm about to learn how you can repurpose an avocado pip. I'm so excited for this because, I mean, I just made an avo. I was ready to get rid of the pip, but you have found another way for us to just utilize it and actually just get a bit something out of it.
Yes, keeping with the theme of Earth Day, we want to, preserve the earth as much as possible. So one of two ways that you can preserve the earth with your avocado is either by growing it as a tree or creating compost with it. But we're going to be demonstrating how to make a tree with it.
Okay, so we've got a jar of water.
Yes.
Now, why are the pips different? Is it just from different avocados, different ages?
Yeah, it was different size avocados. Sometimes you'll get a small pip, sometimes you'll get a bigger one. And so what you'll need is your avocado pips that you've cleaned. Ideally, you'd want to soak them overnight to soften the skin so that you can peel the skin, so that way when the roots want to push through, they don't have an extra layer to struggle with.
So we make the work a little bit easy.
So we have our glasses of water, and then we have 3 toothpicks, which we will strategically put on each side of the avocado.
Okay.
Now, you might be asking, what side do we put this avocado down? So there will be the flat side and the pointy side, and it's hard to tell with this avocado or also with this one.
Okay.
Okay, I see you actually put it in the
wrong way.
The wrong way.
So there's a wrong way and a right way to put it in?
Yes, there's the flat side and then there's the... yeah. There's the flat side and then there's the pointy side.
Okay, so I missed that, sorry.
Sorry. So the pointy side you want to have pointing upward.
Okay,
and then the
see.
roots will be coming out through the bottom.
All makes sense. So when you have your avocado pip and you can see there's always that slight bump, like the head of the pip. So that needs to face upwards.
And if you're ever unsure on which is the pointy side, which is the bottom, you have a round avocado pip like this. You can just wrap it in a paper towel, damp it, put it in a dark, warm space, and then the roots will form that way also.
Oh, then you also know which way is top, which side is bottom.
So
and
you'll
you
just
simply
place it on your glass of water like that. Make sure that the bottom is always making contact with the water. So we might need to top this up. But after a few weeks, we'll start first seeing a root form, and then the top will shoot out.
And then when will you replant it? When would you move it from your glass jar? And would you keep this in the sun or in a dark space?
Now, keep this on a well-lit area. You
So
can
on the
start off in the
windowsill?
house. Yes, start off in the house. Once you have some foliage like this, this is after about 2 or 3 months, then you can start transitioning it slowly outside, not to the full sun, all day, but slowly transitioning it outside, maybe for a few hours every day, until you see that the plant is now fully adjusted. And then within 10 years, you will have an avocado tree that is starting to produce fruit for you. So if you plan on living in an extra 10 years, plant your avocado pips, and hopefully you and your children and grandchildren get to benefit from an avocado tree that you have in your garden.
And one that you planted yourself and you started the roots from an avo you ate yourself. So how cool is that for the
you're
circle of
so
life?
much more proud of that once you start eating from the fruit that you've sown.
Oh, I can imagine how special that must be. I mean, I wish I could have a veggie garden, but for now, it is the apartment living lifestyle, so the windowsill will have to do. Yeah. But for people that want to know more about Paradise Nursery, where can they find you? Where can they stay in touch and support you?
Oh, you can follow me on Instagram and TikTok and YouTube, Paradise Nursery. You can search it up. It should pop out. But I'm currently not doing Paradise Nursery so much. I'm working for an NGO, South African Institute for Entrepreneurship, and we are actually helping students build their own gardens at schools and teaching them entrepreneurial skills. So I would love it if the viewers could check out that page, South African Institute for Entrepreneurship.
South African Institute for Entrepreneurship, do go and check it out. Let's support them. Let's get the young ones involved from a very young age to look after the planet, because we're doing this for them and future generations. So Asadullah, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks so much, Zoe, for having me. It's really been a pleasure. Amazing work you guys are doing.
Well, there we go. We will definitely keep you up to date on that little avo pip.
Thanks.
Only you can make my day.
Whenever you have something really cold, and then you get this short, sharp kind of sensation, that's sensitivity. It can get worse. The problem is not going to go away by itself. I always recommend Sensodyne. It's specially designed to care for their sensitivity. And I've had people coming back to me saying it's made a difference. It works.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Oh, welcome back, man. What a Tuesday it's been. Now, next up, you're in for a treat. Local singer Michaela Kleinsmith made global headlines when she was announced the winner on My Kind of Country, which is an international singing competition. And recently, she received a life-changing deal with Apple to ensure her music gets shared internationally, putting not only herself, but South Africa on the map. From dreams and determination to signing deals. We are lucky enough to have her joining us in studio. The amazing Michaela, welcome to our studio. Give her a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, come on.
Thank you for having
How are you
me.
feeling?
I'm ecstatic, excited, shocked, all the emotions.
Listen, take us back to that moment. What was it like when you heard like, oh, Michaela is the winner?
Dude.
Dude.
It's very surreal just thinking about it because I was in total shock. Like I even mouthed the word like no. Because I didn't believe. I could not believe that I won. I just felt really proud in that moment, you know, because I worked so hard for so many years, for a long time.
But that's what it takes. I mean, in this industry, especially the music, I mean, hard work, determination, that's the name of the game. I mean, is this something that you've envisioned for yourself to win on a platform, international-like platform like this, in Nashville, Tennessee?
Hey, I don't know about Nashville, Tennessee, but I've definitely envisioned this for my life. I feel like I kind of manifested it from a really young age, and I'm just like really lucky to have been a part of such an amazing project, you know, because they were really artist focused and it didn't really feel like a competition. So it was amazing. Yeah.
Look, at the end of the day, when it comes to music, you know, it speaks to people. It doesn't matter their language, doesn't matter where they come from, where they live, their race. It doesn't matter. It transcends all of that.
Yeah.
How did your music and your journey help you to unlock your 100%?
I think that music has always been my safe space for a very long time, since I was really, really young. And I think because that was my safe space, I always just enjoyed being there and enjoyed doing music and enjoyed performing and writing and doing all things music. Yeah. So I think that contributed to me constantly practicing and perfecting the craft and stuff. So Yeah.
And I love the fact that you are in an industry that you're able to live out your passion.
Yeah.
And I think that is very special because we're all searching for that one thing that we love doing. You know, yes, we are willing to work hard, and yes, it's not always moonshine and roses.
But you love it.
But you love it.
Yeah.
And I gotta say, I mean, you know, with your performance, you didn't only have the crowd in almost tears, but celebrities like Reese Witherspoon. Have a look at this.
If I die young, bury me in satin, lay me down on a bed of roses, sink me in the river at dawn, send me away with the words of a love song.
I'm crying.
Gray, she buries her baby, a sharp knife of a short life.
Yes.
Well, I've had just enough time. If I die young, bury me in satin, lay me down on a bed of roses, sink me in the river at dawn, send me away with the words of a love song, the sharp knife of a short life. Well, I've had just enough time. A penny for a
Wow.
Oh man.
Seriously, are you from here?
Yeah, I am. Born and bred.
What an incredible platform, and man, that is insane. I mean,
Yeah.
talk about putting South Africa on map. How was that moment for you?
Man, it was, I can't even describe the feelings because I felt all the emotions. I'm still feeling all the emotions. Yeah, it's really cool to see all the hard work finally pay off.
Yeah, look, we spoke about the hard work and, you know, the yards that you've put in up until this point, but getting to that particular point, sitting in front of all those esteemed judges, Reese Witherspoon, I mean, come on.
Yeah.
And just hearing her say, like, oh my goodness, I'm going to cry.
Yeah.
What did winning that mean to you for your career and your trajectory going forward?
Yeah, winning definitely changed my life. I already see the change happening, and it's insane to witness. Like I don't think you actually, because you hear these stories everywhere. Like you hear people's lives change overnight, but you never actually think that. That's what's going to happen to me. It's like winning the lottery. You know, like you don't actually think it's going to happen to you because my career has been like a slow burn for so long, and now all of a sudden it's just immediate.
But don't you find that maybe that is the way to approach it? You know, it's not always about that quick rise to wherever you want to get. It's that building of the foundation.
Yeah, for me, that was the best way for me, definitely, because I don't think if this opportunity came earlier, I don't think I would have been ready.
Yeah, but that's exactly it.
Yeah.
When you were there, you were ready.
I was ready, yeah. Yeah, I wasn't sure if I was, but I was.
Were you nervous?
Very. The whole time. The entire time I was shaking. I even begged the producers to put me on first.
Really?
For every performance, I don't psych myself out because everyone was so good.
No, let me just get it out of the way.
Yeah, just get it over and done with.
Oh man, you know what? We couldn't be more proud of you. Congratulations. So and you know, I speak on behalf of everyone that we can't wait to see where you're going to go next and what you're going to be doing. I mean, with a voice like that, it is no wonder that she stole the show completely. But stay right here, Mzansi, because you're in for a true treat. Michaela will be treating us to a performance, so stay tuned. You do not want to miss this one. If you've seen that, we're going to do it live. Now, remember to also keep an eye out on Crush's social media pages for more information on the Unlock Your 100% with Crush TV show that you can watch tomorrow on, that's Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. with a repeat show every Sunday at 8 p.m. only on SABC2.
Unlock your 100% this Wednesday evening at 7:30 as we catch up with some of the incredible people we met along our journey, including aspiring baker Kagiso Moja, doctor turned florist Tinus Marais, and Jurgen McEwen, who overcame his fear of heights, and many more. Catch the season finale of Unlock Your 100% Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. Repeat Sunday night at 8, only on SABC2.
You know, I'm going to say it, we are lucky. We are lucky this morning to have an international award-winning singer and songwriter perform for us this morning. Michaela's here. She's such a breath of fresh air this morning. Thank you very much for coming through with your entire band. Thank you very much, everyone. Here's your song, Eternity.
Yeah.
Time flies by, feeling hearts collide, electricity subsides, making room for the bit where it all goes to somehow love survives, and one day the only butterflies will feel are the ones in our chest as we march to our death, breathing our last breath. And one day I will be fulfilled, 'cause this is where I wanna go in my dreams, spending eternity with you. Time flies by, feeling hearts collide, electricity subside, making room for the bit where it all goes to somehow love survives, and one day I will be fulfilled, 'cause this is where I wanna go
Kitchen scrap so that it's not just a big smelly pad.
butterfly, so